Hello everyone, my name's Simon, I'm from High Plane Games. Today we are looking at Rubber Ducky and the Rainbow Gun, which is a game that's just been released very recently on Steam. A review copy has been provided for me, thank you very much for that. However, as always, that does not necessarily mean that I will give it a favourable review, because I will not be bought, regardless of how many, well, I could be bought maybe on takeaway and cheesecake, but that's about it. So this game is a very, very simple game and actually quite a sparse game in principle. But what I really do like about it is the way how you are treated with its like quirky, weird little humour. You play as this little guy over here, where my crosshairs will hopefully be showing a rainbow coloured rubber ducky. That is all the rubber duck is. You can find coins throughout all of the levels. The 10 levels are up on the top here, and you can change different properties to your rubber ducky by getting different versions of them, and there's tips as to what to do across all of the levels there behind as well. Also really interestingly is that there are codes for cheats for you to discover, and they change the basics of games quite a lot. I've not really discovered very many of them, but it is really nice that actually there's a lot of attention to detail that's gone into the alterability of this game. But let's start off.
It is a well-known fact that ducks can move with A and D and with space jump twice, once in midair. It is well-known enough, actually, that new purveyors of the fact know to scribble it down in their personal notebooks, marveling at how useful it could be even within a few short minutes. Of the fact, Rubber Ducky was no exception. It was while he was A&Ding, in fact, that he found a rainbow gun. It was a cloudy day in the Cloud Place. No rain was predicted, but light showers of colored weaponry were in the forecast. And what luck! There, lying on the ground, was a rainbow gun.
Ta-da!
Plainly, it stated it was both a left and right mouse button rainbow gun. Indeed, said again. What luck! Oh, what luck, said his friend Mr. the Tree. Why not go about and shoot all those spiky spikies that love so much to be zapped with rainbow gun? They would appreciate it so much. Of course, though, be careful of them getting too excited and poking you. However good-tempered, they still are spiky. Such to the beach Ducky first went, because everyone knows that beaches.
And so each level is pre-shot with one of these opening monologues that basically introduce a different mechanic, and every level will have its own individual mechanic to some degree. It's just loading up the level now in the background, I hope. Looks like it is. So when you do get on screen, you've got A and D to play with Rubber Ducky. The mouse kind of shoots your rubber thing up, your rainbow gun up, and that's all great. I do love the particle effects on this game. And at the very top of the screen you've got like your hit point / health meter for how well you're surviving, essentially. But what I will say with this is that, and I think this is more of a indicative thing for me as opposed to actually genuinely a problem with the game, is that I absolutely struggle when it comes to using a mouse and keyboard and the WASD controls, and that's what this game runs off of. And so this is a game that is very much, I wish that it was being mapped to a controller. The developer definitely says that it implies that it may do in the future, which is great, but in the meantime it leaves me struggling somewhat. Those coins that I collected can then be spent on additional things. So if I go for that, and I'll change to that actually. Let's try the next level.
Ducky soon found himself in Snowland.
Yay!
This is the home of the teleporting penguins.
Yay!
Do they ever love pianos?
Aww.
And what's snow? This snow is very special because every snowflake is the exact same.
Great.
Frankly, that's because the developer was not 1/10 as creative as God was when he made snow.
He with a capital H. Boo.
But special snow or not, it is still snow.
Did that
and
just
snow is cold.
Did that just reveal my religious connotations?
Everyone knows Rubber Ducky doesn't like to get cold. So, Ducky, I have made the snow slow enough that you may walk in between it. Say hi to the penguins for me.
So, this level has no shooting at all, and it's just literally avoid said snow. But snow could be coming from that direction, or from the top down. Oh, I got hit, which is rather annoying. Done. And that's all there is to that level. So as you can see, they're very quick, short burps of levels, and there's only 10. Additional levels then also add on other things, so I'm going to skip past some of that.
This text you can and
So this one, in fact this is a level that I've really struggled with. Number 2 now gives me, when I press the right button, the banana bomb. So again, all of those pixel effects are great. But I'm finding the game unnecessarily hard because I'm having to use the mouse and co. So it's just a me thing, I think. But beyond like these levels, there is very little that you've got going on with Rubber Ducky apart from trying out all of the different weapons on different places. Sorry, I was looking away from the screen there. So now I'm playing with the yak instrument, or weapon rather. That's an accordion, that becomes your friend later. But it just seems to be a collection of ideas that aren't they're all kind of blending in together and mildly humorous, but don't necessarily make a fully fledged game. Go for one more level, because otherwise you'll have seen half the game essentially. Or it feels like half the game you're seeing anyway. So this now lets me slide. Oh, you twit. That was a poor show even by my standards. But at least I can now fire penguins. I want the gun back. done. Onward we go. But that is essentially all that there is to Rubber Ducky and the Rainbow Gun. Some nice ideas that kind of fit together in its own little weird abstract way. There's not really enough here for me to say that this is a recommended buy in any way, shape or form. I think I'd enjoy the game a lot more if it had controller support, because I think anything that involves... maybe I've been spoiled by twin stick shooters and stuff like that, but it just feels like I naturally am now struggling to use the mouse nearly as intuitively as I do an analog stick for those kind of shooting-y based levels. But I think what this does for me is show that putting some humour and some quirky little things into a game of like short, sharp 30-second mini games does not always necessarily create a fully rounded experience in a game that you'd want to buy in your own right. So nice try, some nice ideas. The developer's already talking about building an engine for a future game, so maybe they can develop and expand on some of the stuff there and make something a little bit more substantial. What I'll also say as well is that this game has crashed on exit every single time I've played this game, and I've had to record this video several times because also it seems to crash the video file when I'm exiting out of that as well, so hopefully this will work. If not, never mind, you won't know this anyway. So you guys will take care. Thanks very much for watching. Stay tuned to High Plane Games. Bye for now.